What's up, people? Doing one more run at the old beast number 666, the mark of the beast. All right, everybody, get your horns on. We're going after it. We're going to try to figure it out here. Make some sense out of it all. Pull everybody back into the world of reality. Okay. All right. Now, many sections of the Bible, we're talking about the beast rising up out of the ocean, the seven-headed monster, dragon, the horns and the crown, and so forth and so on. So that being said, the moon I'm putting forth evidence that it is the moon that these people are seeing coming up out of the water. Now, if I just amazing, 8 billion people on the planet, and there's like a handful of people that can see the faces, the claw, the cobra, and the two zodiac houses, Cancer and Capricorn. Well, what are you gonna do? It's just it's something. The moon's been on the pay no never mind list for a long time, and we're gonna get into reasons why people want to forget about the moon, because it's not very nice. He's nice to the planet because he saves it, but he's not nice to the life. The life that live on the planet suffer during these great periods of cycle changes from the Ice Age to the Interglacial and back to the Ice Age, as we'll see. Revelations 13, 1 and 2. Then I saw a beast coming out of the sea. It had 10 horns, 7 heads, and as its horns were 10 diadem crowns. And then we went off, and on its head a blasphemous name. Now the beast that I saw was like a leopard, but its feet were like a bear's, and its mouth was like a lion's mouth. The dragon gave the beast his power, his throne, and great authority to rule. Well, the moon does rule the roost, okay? It rules the earth by its gravitational relationship with planet Earth. They tug and release on each other. And because the earth has the water, well, it's just it controls the tidal forces on the planet. It controls the tilt too. So, all right, so we have another image of the moon coming up out of the water here. We got Khonsu's face here, the man's face, the claw, cobra. Look at the 2 eyeballs up here. You can't make this stuff up, people. This is just a regular picture with a little bit of water on it. Here's the sea that tells us about the the tilt, and the next one will have a picture of Capricorn in it with the horns. They speak about the horns, the dragon, right? It's easy for the goatfish to be misconstrued as a dragon. Number 666, Revelations 13:18. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculates the number of the beast. The beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Now we're going to get into why this guy on the moon has been tagged with 666. And Revelations 13:15, it's another spin. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. It's not quite 666, but the 60, in my mind, is the 3 references to this man on the moon, right? Okay. In the correlation to the number 666, which we're going to show you, that he has been tagged with this number. All right, so we have Khonsu up here. This is the guy that's in question right here. He's the primary suspect of 666. He is the, he has the number of the beast. And, he's got an eye up there. He's another eye here, ear. His right ear is blowed off. He's got lips. This thing is quite quite large. It's the Imbrium section of the moon. Okay. Now it's, you know, these people with these high powered telescopes, they dial right into the, you know, to a pebble the size of a penny up there. Yeah, I can't see anything. It's not meant to be seen through a high powered telescope. It's meant to be seen by the human eye, the naked eye, when it rises up out of the ocean because of the lensing effect. You can see these images as clear as day. So that said, pair of cheap sunglasses, not sunglasses, binoculars. You can see them even better when the moon's up above, high in the sky during the day or at nighttime, or when it, you know, can be also seen when it comes up out of the horizon of the ocean. So, anyways, this is the first correlation to why this guy's got the number 666. All right, the diameter of the moon is 2,159 miles wide. Half that diameter is 1,079. A quarter is 540. Now you see these two lines that I have here. That equals 666 miles. Now you can't really tell, but unless you really, you know, inspect this at, you know, on a smaller piece of paper. But his ear, his left ear, got blown off. Okay, so he had to finish boot camp on his own. But he got blown off. A big strike here took off his ear. This is from the War of the Worlds here. These massive strikes on the moon. It was a War of the Worlds between Mars and planet Earth. How do you take a planet out? You take its moon out, because that is the elixir of life. That controls everything. It allows life to exist as we know it today. Okay, it flashes the magnetic field. The moon is responsible for the magnetic field, not the solar radiation coming into the Earth. I mean, honestly, I mean, how do they publish this stuff? It's beyond me. Yeah. The sun brings the the charged particles to Earth, it creates the magnetic field, and oh, by the way, the magnetic field it creates, it also protects us from. Really? I don't think so. Anyways, you get into my other videos and I explain it in deeper the mechanics of how the magnetic field is actually controlled by the moon. All right, going off topic here. So anyways, 666, Imbrium section of the moon. This guy's head is 666 miles wide, ear to ear. Okay, pull your ears out. Okay, he's got some wild ears, man. They got a couple of busts of him. Very strong ears in Egypt. Khonsu. Okay, so we got a little another correlation in the Bible there. Matthew 24:30. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven, and all the tribes on earth will mourn, and they will see the Son of Man coming on clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Okay, there he is, man. Okay, a little mourning because they know what's coming. You know, the ice is coming. All right, but they're all, you know, it's just part of the cycles. It's part of the overall ingenious, intelligent design of the Earth and the Moon. The two bodies that live close together. Okay. Thessalonians, what do we got? The Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away. First, that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay, they're just spelling it out right here. Now, we go back into the old language, Greek, Egyptian. Sin was the name of the moon. The ancient pagan religions, that was the name of the moon. So somehow they shifted gears and changed the name of the moon from sin to moon. So obviously you're not gonna get this stuff unless you know you got to dig back, way back, and figure out what the word play is. Okay. That said, son of perdition. He's getting a bad name. The destroyer, most unclean. Very wicked. Being very, very, very intolerable of our hermaphrodite up there called Khonsu. He's born with both genitalia, right, as the gods used to be born or made, created, so they could multiply on their own without, you know. Anyways, we don't want to go off topic here. Okay, so that's Khonsu right there. Now he's sitting on the two crocodiles there, and on his right foot is 70, and on his left foot is 40 scales, rectangular scales. You check this stele out, and it's a metonic cycle. You know, it's a metonic cycle. It's 100, 40 and 70. And it's 110 months and 18.5-year metonic cycle, somewhere about that. But yeah, so these people, you know, they're on the ground floor with the creation of the moon, Earth, you know, relationship, engineering, divine engineering, intelligent design, you name it. All right, Earth's tilt. We got the Earth's tilt here, 23.4 currently. Going back down to the Ice Age. It's a few feet a year, but it's going to pick up speed as the girth of the ocean increases and the moon's drag on the planet will increase, and you know, the tilt will increase exponentially over time. And half a 90, 23 minus 4, 23.4 minus 90 equals 666. Aha! The second correlation. Okay, to the beast, the number of the beast. Is the Earth here, and the way they have this C-clip that was I showed you on the moon. 0 here, the equator goes to 90, then 0 at the equator goes back down to 90. That's how they measure the tilt on a quadrant. They don't do it with the full 180 degree you know, arc of the C-clip that holds the globe. All right, so here's another correlation. This is the third, and 3 score. This is the 3, the third. Okay, see that? See that? Okay, you get that? Okay, all right. That's 66,600 miles per hour. That's the orbital speed of the Earth going around the sun. You can't make this stuff up. All right, it's been you know, any decent space agency out there, NASA, ESA, the Russian Federation, Chinese, Indian, Japanese, they're all in you know, they've all come up with the same number. So well, you can't make this stuff up. I don't talk about it too much because we're frightened of the horns. Okay. Okay, here's the Earth, here's the moon. This is the moon. The moon here drags you in and out of your large cycles based on the ice-water ratios on planet Earth. The higher the water gets, the more of a grip, more of a, you know, a drag, the gravitational drag. Eventually it will cause the Earth to tilt, and you'll get less sunlight, and it won't rise up to 23.4 latitude. It'll only rise to about 19.4 degrees latitude, and that will usher in the next ice age when we get down. I think the ice age will come before that, but it'll actually stop according to the gateway of the sun, where the last intelligent beings left a couple of large megaliths, you know, Saxe Huamans, another piece of instrumentation that measures the Earth's tilt based on the shadows. But the gateway of the sun is, you know, just a no-brainer. Up in Pumapunku in Paru. So, 666 can both be a hot number. You know, we're in the hot part of 666 tilt. That's the interglacial. And then we got the 666 cold, okay, which is in the Ice Age. Brrr, freezing cold, okay? And then we got the images on the moon. Like I said earlier, there are a lot more images on the moon, a lot more faces. That's why I made a, you know, I got into this correlation between the beast rising up out of the ocean with the with the whore, excuse my French, but riding the seven-headed beast. But the whore might have been Khonsu because he's male or female, and there are 7 heads riding the beast. Yeah, I didn't want to get into it. I didn't think it was that noteworthy, but I just throw it out there just for you Bible buffs out there. You can go check it out and go check it out for yourself. Anyways, you got the cobra up here. Okay, Cancer the claw. All right, that's the Tropic of Cancer in the northern part of the moon. Tropic of Cancer on the northern part of the Earth. Okay, Tropic of Capricorn, southern part of the moon. Okay, 23.4 southern latitude, Tropic of Capricorn on the Earth. Okay, there's man. There's the image of man. It's Khonsu, otherwise known as son of perdition, most unclean, and the destroyer. He's got a bad rap, but it's like you got guys that come into this world that have to do a job nobody likes. It's not a feel-good job, driving people in and out of these large cycles. You don't get a lot of love, but it's one of those things that heavy is the head that wears the crown. They got to make these decisions for the greater good, and the greater good is to keep the planet Earth whole. We don't want it just overheating and turn into a big blob. Nobody can come back. Okay, so we all got to go back and do what I say. It's pretty simple. It's simple physics. Here's the cobra with the 2 eyeballs on it. He has some horns on his head at one time. You got the his neck actually goes to the tail that wraps around. It goes all the way down the left side of the moon. Again, a lot of damage up there. Meteor strikes. Like I said earlier, the war of the worlds between Mars and planet Earth. So obviously, our moon was stronger than planet Mars's moon. Okay, there is something about the moon. All right, you'll hit the websites, go on Amazon, buy a book. It's on Kindle. It's on audio books, so you can just, you don't even have to read it. You just listen to it through Kindle and choose who you want reading it. Then you got Pyramid Gravity Force. That's on Amazon. It's hardback. That's going to be going out of print pretty soon. And it's loaded with mistakes and errors. And that you can get that. That's on Amazon also. Pyramid Gravity Force. The thing I want to just mention is this big hunt for who is the beast. You got all. I mean, if you go back with the human history with going back to the wars from pre-dynastic history. History. You got BC. You got there's a lot of wars there. There's a lot of famine. There's a lot of just craziness. Then you go, Common Era, right? You got all sorts of characters. Stalin, Pol Pot, Hitler. You got, you go talk to the Native Americans. The Europeans coming over here. The genocide is unspeakable. You got, all the wars. Millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people just dying from the wars, and then you get the residual effect of wars where people are all dying because there's no food and disease and famine and everything else. Now that all being said, they can't hold a candle to the real beast, all right, which is going into an ice age or going out of an ice age. I mean, you're coming out of an ice age, the water levels rose, the ocean levels are 400 feet above what the glacial maximum was. So just like today, everybody's living on the coast. Except you really dug in because you just spent 100,000 years living on the coast and everything was wonderful. And all of a sudden you wake up, you're 400 feet below the surface of the ocean. So that's that being said, that's going to have a major effect on life in general. Now going into an ice age, you're going to lose like maybe half of the land that we're occupying right now. See you later. You're going to have mile ice over your head. So you know, this man, you know, there's been some evil characters on the planet over the years, and they're still out there. You know, they're waiting to, you know, get in because they're just you know, they're just defective people. So and you know, it's not for us needed to, you know, to judge or whatever. We just be aware of it and make sure they don't get into power. Anyways, that being said, this is the beast, you know, but you got to step back. It's not an evil thing. It's a system that protects the earth. You know, there's geoengineering behind the